Bernie Sanders, the first U.S. senator to say that he will be boycotting, that he will not be attending Netanyahu's address to Congress if it happens before Congress. So, Senator, why have you decided it's best for you to boycott when the Prime Minister of Israel is coming to speak before Congress?
Well, I will tell you why. A president of the United States, whether that person is a Democrat or Republican, leads us in foreign policy. And when you have a situation in the Middle East where the politics and the dangers are so volatile, the idea that the Speaker of the House would invite Mr. Netanyahu to Congress without consulting President Obama is, I think, a very, very bad idea. Second point, and I think President Obama made this point, is it is wrong to give any politician, not just Netanyahu, the stage of a speech before a joint session of Congress as part of his political campaign. That's wrong for politics in Israel. That's wrong for politics anywhere in the world. And last point that I would make, Mr. Netanyahu has every right in the world to disagree with President Obama or any of us about our relationship and how we proceed with Iran in terms of trying to prevent them from getting nuclear weapons. He has every right. But he doesn't have the right, in my view, to inject himself into an American political discussion by being the Speaker before a joint session of Congress to criticize the President of the United States. There are all kinds of avenues open to him to speak to members of Congress, and that's fine. I don't think it's a good idea to have a foreign leader coming before Congress to rip apart the President of the United States.
Well, just a few things here. There are several nations involved with these talks with Iran right now, so it's hardly just an American policy that he's talking about. It's an international plan to deal with Iran in the talks right now. Hang on one second here. And also on the subject of the timing here, I suppose 2 weeks is a very short time before an election, but some critics point out, look, President Obama, when he was Senator Obama, he went to Germany. He gave a speech there in front of hundreds of thousands of people. It was several months before the election, but still, as a candidate, he traveled. So is this some kind of hard and fast rule, or are there gray areas here?
Well, it is, every candidate for President of the United States goes all over the world and speaks to groups. Several months is different than several weeks. Your point about this being an international issue is quite right. And by the way, I think most of our allies who are trying, what Obama and our allies are trying to do is what the American people want, I believe, is to prevent a war with Iran. Now, I understand there are differences of opinion, but I think it is a bad precedent to invite the leader of a foreign country to come before a joint session of Congress to attack the president's position on a very sensitive issue.
Do you threaten to inflame it more or make more out of it than it already is by making this stand, by not attending the speech? Do you think that your constituents would rather have you sitting in the speech so you know exactly what the Prime Minister is going to say, rather than turning your back on it?
I was asked the question yesterday, and I gave an answer. You invited me on the show. I'm giving you an answer. I think what my constituents want is to see foreign policy as best we can done in a nonpartisan way, in a way that is good for the people of the United States of America. And I think what Speaker Boehner has done is very much politicized the situation in a way that is unprecedented. And I think
if he does it behind closed doors, Senator, if he does it behind closed doors in Congress, a closed session, would you attend the speech then?
No, it's not a question. You can't have a closed session when you are inviting the Prime Minister of Israel to be here or the Prime Minister of any country. The point is the President of the United States, and again, it doesn't matter to me whether that's a Democrat or Republican, leads foreign policy. And to invite that Prime Minister, that political leader, without the consultation of the President is a horrendous.
Senator Bernie Sanders from the great state of Vermont, thank you so much for being with us. Really appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Senator.